Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So the update is live, I'm updated, and we are about to go into MODOK's lab, the final difficulty for the first time. Now the first three difficulties, they were pretty easy for me. Now I do not have any rank 4 5 stars, so these guys are my 550s, and it should give you a rough idea of how difficult this is with 550s. So this first fight is against Colossus, and I chose to bring Spider-Man Stark Enhanced. And you'll notice that I didn't even look at the boosts. Sometimes I like to do that just because, you know, it'll be a surprise, and that's why I got caught right there. I didn't know that he was going to go unstoppable after his heavy. So that caught me that first time, but I saw it and adjusted. And Colossus, he just takes a while, but he's not that hard to fight. And even in this most difficult setting, he wasn't that hard at all. So as you can see, I took him down. Other than that, you know, quick little catching me off guard with that unstoppable, I didn't really have any problem with him. Alright, so next up we have Ghost Rider. Now I know how to fight Ghost Rider as well. He doesn't give me any troubles. So I said, alright, I'll go in with Big Mean Green. Didn't look at any of the boosts once again. And that proved to be a mistake. As you will see, I'm taking damage. Degen. It's a constant degen. I did not notice that because it was slow. I had already turned off my suicides, so I was used to seeing my health go down just a little bit. But I didn't notice that degen, and I said, oh my goodness. And also you'll notice that his regular attacks aren't doing any damage. I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with that boost. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh boy, so that means I now have to get to his specials and, you know, fire off those specials to do damage. And I believe it's a 400% damage to the specials. But things didn't work out as you see here. I don't know. You know, I got him with that stun, and I was trying to work him, but it just didn't go too well. I was unprepared for this fight and paid the price. So at this point, I already knew that I was not going to beat Ghost Rider this round with the Hulk. So I just gave up and said, let me take a look at the buffs and be a little bit better prepared for this fight so that I don't get any extra surprises. You know, I was fairly certain of what was going on for this fight, and I knew what I was going to do. But just in case there was any surprises, I took a look at the buffs, and then I chose Spider-Man Stark Enhanced. Now, my basic strategy was to build up his poise charges. Hopefully he would survive that degen long enough to build up a good set of poise charges, and then hit him with the L2. That's the basic strategy that I followed, and as you guys will see, it worked out pretty well. Barely took him out. I am not a fan of degen nodes. In fact, I am not a fan of taking damage for no reason at all. I hate it. I think that Kabam abuses it, and it's just designed to drain you. There's no skill involved. There's nothing that I could do to avoid it. You know, I can dodge, avoid being hit, and play as well as I can, but I'm still going to take damage, and I think there's something wrong with that fundamentally. But as you see, I went in there, looked at the buff so I wouldn't be surprised again, but let me tell you, this fight here was my worst fight of this entire lab. It's ugly. It is really ugly. I thought I was prepared looking at the buffs. I was not prepared. I got wrecked in this fight. And in fact, my ego got deflated quite a bit. And there were a couple of times during this fight that I actually wondered if I should quit and reset and bring a different champ in here. It was that bad. The reason is this. Any champion, including the collector and you know, no matter how difficult they are, if I can chip away, I know that eventually I can defeat them. It may take me several tries, but I can whittle them down. You know, just revive, whittle them down, and eventually beat them. What got me about this fight was that I was not prepared for that regeneration. And you'll see a lot of times in some of these attempts that he regened right back to full. It reminded me of fighting Wolverine in Realm of Legends. Imagine going into that fight, for those of you who have fought him in Realm of Legends, without a proper counter. If you don't have some way to handle his regen, you're not going to be able to beat him. And I was wondering if that was the case here. So I went in with Voodoo, and my plan was to hit him with my L2 and then just beat him down and not have to worry about his specials anymore. Well, part of my plan worked. I hit him with the L2, but that L2 that he has catches me. That is my fault. I'm just not used to fighting Red Hulk and evading that L2. So I dodge back immediately, and it's just off my timing just a little bit, so that I always get caught on the tail end of it, and then the second part clobbers me. And you see that happen a couple of times. The next to try Red Hulk is Iceman, and you'll see right there that I managed to evade his special 2 that time. But the problem here is Red Hulk's health. It's almost back to full. You see he procced another regen, and Iceman just isn't putting out the damage needed to handle that regen. So this is when I was really wondering if I had anyone that was going to be able to take Red Hulk down once I got used to fighting him a little bit better. And well, you guys will see, I did manage to take him down. I did find a decent counter for him. Just a little earlier, I watched Seaton go through the uncollected difficulty for this month's event, and that Ice Phoenix was crapola. I am not looking forward to that, but I've heard that they have toned her down quite a bit. So hopefully by the time I get over there, it won't be as bad, because I don't have anywhere near the powerful team that he does and some of the other YouTubers that I've seen have. So I was not looking forward to that at all. And once again, wrecked by his special 2. I definitely need to practice more. So this time I go in with Spider-Man Stark Enhanced. And again, the strategy is to build up those poise charges and wreck him with the special 2. You saw there I got clipped. That was my fault. Sometimes that happens when I'm fighting with him. But I was doing pretty well until I got clipped again. Now I'm wondering what in the world is going on. Headshot. Maybe I'm just fatigued, or I don't know. But that was a horrible, horrible attempt with Spider-Man Stark Enhanced. And I said, I'm not going out like that. So I revived him, healed him up a little bit, and went back in. And this time, I was on a mission. And I was very focused. And I executed my plan very well. As you can see, I'm building up those poise charges, hitting him when I can, not even worrying about his regen, because when I go on the attack, that's when we're going to see something. Okay, got my special 2 up, and boom. So now we're going in, and look at that damage. And he's regenning again, and I'm like, okay, is Spider-Man Stark Enhanced going to be able to do this? So I'm thinking he might be able to do it, but what I need to do is to get more poise charges than I had before. So that's what you see me doing now. I am pretty much focused on building up his poise charges. See, he regen back up to full. And I just want to get them poise charges up and then see what we can do. Look at his health. But look at that damage. So that gave me some hope right there. So I'm going in on the attack again, waiting out his special 2. I was determined not to get caught by it again. And so we're just having ourselves a ball. I'm trying not to evade a whole lot, and we're just going in. And you'll notice that he doesn't regen a whole lot after this, because I'm trying to fight him a little bit different. And again, I'm wary of his special 2, waiting it out, waiting it out. Say, come on, got that regen, but that's fine. Okay, we're good. And okay, he did a little quick block, but that's fine. And just look at that damage. And so I knew I had him right here.
Finish him.
And Red Hulk is down. Man, that was an ugly fight. And let me tell you, I was emotionally exhausted after that fight. But I didn't take a break. You can see I was looking at these nodes because I'm like, man, if these fights are like that one, this is going to be really, really ugly. Now, I know how to fight Crossbones, but, you know, these nodes and like I said, I'm already sort of shaken after that fight. So I bring in Hulk, you know, I revived him and gave him a little bit of health. And this fight turned out to be nothing compared to the Red Hulk fight. There were no surprises, and I was able to fight Crossbones just like I would fight him anywhere else. There was nothing special that I had to worry about, that I had to keep track of. There's no degen on me, and the fight went fairly well. I baited out his special 1, just like I normally would, just because I don't feel like taking L2 damage, even if it's a little bit. And I took him down without any problem. And I needed that. After that Red Hulk fight, I was pretty shaken. And I needed to get my confidence back. You know, I messed up a little bit there, but with Hulk, that's fine because Hulk smashes and just smashes harder when he gets hurt. And as you can see here, I just go in and finish him. That's right, Hulk smashed. So, next fight up is Howard the Duck. I do not like Howard the Duck at all. His sounds are super annoying. And I normally play with the sound muted anyway. But if I didn't, I would definitely mute it because of him. So, anyway, I look at the buffs so that I'm a little bit prepared because, again, I was shaken after that Red Hulk fight. And I decided to go in with the Hulk. I didn't heal him up at all, figuring, you know, I could do the use the extra damage, but I really should have healed him up at least to half. And I would have been able to finish this fight without any problem. But as you'll see, his low health was the only reason that I did not one-shot this Howard the Duck. And as you can see here, I'm having a lot of trouble trying to get him to throw his special 1. And eventually, you know, I get tired, as you see there, and I still try to bait him, and I finally got him to throw it. I was almost already in the corner. Alright, so here I stun him, and then I go in, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to stun lock him. So I said, boom, stun him again, but then I noticed that he was near his special 3. And I said, maybe I don't want to push him that far. So I took the L2 damage, and you see it's a lot of damage even though I blocked it, which is why I did not want to deal with it before. And I started to try to bait out his special 1 again. And you can see Hulk is hitting like a truck. Boom, stunned him. And again, and I got lucky here, he did not throw his special 2. And look at that, he's not throwing his special 3. So I said, okay, I'm just going to go in, do what I can. Boom, he's stunned. Hitting him again. And over with. That Thunderquack got me, because I actually would have been able to stun lock him and beat him, I think. I did get lucky, but I should have been able to take him out. So I went in with Spider-Man Stark Enhanced to finish off that little bit of health that Howard had. And not really anything to say there. He just went in. I played a little bit cautiously because I figured it would be very embarrassing to get taken out while he had that little bit of health. But didn't have any problem at all. So finally, we come to the final boss, Phoenix. So I'm checking out the nodes. You know, I'm very nervous now because I'm thinking, boy, if Red Hulk gave me that kind of trouble, what is this boss going to do to me? Now, normally I do not have any problem fighting Phoenix, but Red Hulk did shake me. And I shouldn't have had as much trouble as I had with him, but it is what it is. So I said, let me just go in here. I'm not going to heal him up or anything like that, just to feel it out, to see if there's anything that I need to really be concerned with. And turns out there's not. You know, as I've said before, I sometimes get caught trying to build my poise charges, but I'm looking at the damage he's able to do to her. She's not doing anything real crazy, so I'm like, okay, this should not be any problem whatsoever. Now you can see that degen on me. That's one of the buffs of this node, and that is what took me out there, because I actually did dodge that, but that degen took me out. But I'm pretty confident now, so I went right back in with him. As you can see, I healed up a little bit, still got that degen on me, but now that I know what's going on, I just figure I'm just gonna build up them poise charges again and take her down. And did not have any problem with her whatsoever. Nothing like that Red Hulk. In fact, after fighting Red Hulk, that fight felt like a boss fight. This didn't feel like a boss fight, but that one did. So that's gonna do it, guys. If you liked the video, please consider clicking like. If you have not subscribed already, please consider giving me a subscription. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought about this video and your experiences with MODOK's lab. And you guys have a blessed day.